This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information and to find out how you can volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The 9:30 Up Train by S. Baring Gould. Recorded by Adrian Pretzelis. In a well-authenticated ghost story, names and dates should be distinctly specified. In the following story, I am unfortunately able to give only the year and the month, for I have forgotten the date of the day, and I don't keep a diary. With regard to names, my own figures as a guarantee that of the principal personage to whom the following extraordinary circumstances occurred, but the minor actors are provided with fictitious names, for I am not warranted to make their real ones public. I may add that the believer in ghosts may make use of the facts which I relate to establish his theory, if he finds that they will be of service to him when he has read through and weighed well the startling account which I am about to give from my own experiences. On a fine evening in June 1860, I paid a visit to Mrs. Lyons on my way to the Hassocks Gate station on the London and Brighton line. This station is the first out of Brighton. As I rose to leave, I mentioned to the lady whom I was visiting that I expected a parcel of books from town, and that I was going to the station to inquire whether it had arrived. "Oh," she said readily, "I expect Dr. Lyons out from Brighton by the 9:30 train. If you like to drive the pony chaise down and meet him, you are welcome, and you can bring your parcel back with you in it." I gladly accepted her offer, and in a few minutes I was seated in a little low basket carriage drawn by a pretty iron-grey Welsh pony. The station road commands the line of the South Downs from Chantonbury Ring, with its cap of dark firs, to Mount Harry, the scene of the memorable Battle of Lewes. Wolstonbury stands out like a headland above the dark Danny woods, over which the rooks were wheeling and cawing previous to settling themselves in for the night. Ditchling Beacon, its steep sides gashed with chalk pits, was faintly flushed with light. The Clayton windmills, with their sails motionless, stood out darkly against the green evening sky. Close beneath opens the tunnel in which, not so long before, had happened one of the most fearful railway accidents on record. The evening was exquisite. The sky was kindled with light, though the sun was set. A few gilded bars of cloud lay in the west. 2 or 3 stars looked forth. One I noticed twinkling green, crimson, and gold, like a gem. From a field of young wheat hard by, I heard the harsh, grating note of the corncrake. Mist was lying on the low meadows like a mantle of snow, pure, smooth, and white. The cattle stood in it to their knees. The effect was so singular that I drew up to look at it attentively. At the same moment I heard the scream of an engine, and on looking toward the downs I noted the up train shooting out of the tunnel, its red signal lamps flashing brightly out of the purple gloom which bathed the roots of the hills. Seeing that I was late, I whipped the Welsh pony on and proceeded at a fast trot. About a quarter of a mile from the station there is a turnpike. An odd-looking building tenanted by a strange old man, usually dressed in a white smock, over which his long white beard flowed to his chest. This toll-collector, he is dead now, had amused himself in bygone days by carving life-size heads out of wood, and these were stuck along the eaves. One is the face of a drunkard, round and blotched, leering out of misty eyes at the passers-by. The next has the crumpled features of a miser, worn out with toil and moil. The third has the wild scowl of a maniac, and the fourth the stare of an idiot. I drove past, flinging the toll at the door, and shouting to the old man to pick it up, for I was in a vast hurry to reach the station before Dr. Lyons left it. I whipped the little pony on, and he began to trot down a cutting in the green sand, through which leads the station.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?